Hey there, hi there, ho there, where there, here there, on your daily can of worms with your host, April's Jamie. I attempted to make this video, and that is why I have powder looking stuff all over my feet, but my phone is a Samsung Edge, and it's very touchy and sensitive without a cover on it, but my case and cover had broke, so I'm just kind of like going solo without it, and I've already dropped my phone a million times and it has a crack on the back, but however, it's very sensitive, so if I barely even touch it, the video goes off. So I'm not going to restart from the beginning of doing my foot routine. However, I got a manicure, pedicure, and fake eyelashes done about a few months ago, and the cost of it was so cheap. It was like, I don't know, $110 for all three things, and I just am not a person that does those things often, so for me, I was just like, this seems cheap, but whatever. I'm only going to do it right now. And needless to say, it appears that I might have gotten a fungal infection on my toes because when the polish wore off, I had brittle nails, yellow nails, and they look like witch feet, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. That's not the reason for my video today. Another reason is approximately 7 months ago, I woke up one day with a swollen foot. It's the left foot. As you can see, opposed to the right foot, it is swollen. It's got a weird crease in it, as this foot does not have that right here, and this one does. The coloration is different. It almost turns purple and red and does this weird super white if I bend my toes down, and it's super weird. And I know you can't really tell with the powder on. However, I've been to the doctor. I've been to the orthopedic doctor, my doctor, and the rheumatologist, and all three have different answers and different responses, and zero have any sort of real answer to it. Um, the rheumatologist took an x-ray of my right foot because 7 months ago I had a x-ray of this foot because I went to the walk-in because I thought maybe it got broke somehow. I have really brittle bones, as I talked about earlier, and maybe it just broke because my bones are so brittle. It can happen. I could just stand up and break my hip, honestly. However, um it won't go down. The swelling has never gone down. It gets worse than this, a lot worse, and it never gets better, and the color is so bizarre. So needless to say, I am very concerned, so I'm gonna put my ugly feet on YouTube and hope that someone in the comments might have had this before. I don't have an answer. All I know is these three toes are numb. My foot's been swollen for 7 months. It's very discolored. It's very painful. It's hot inside and sometimes outside. So there's a pocket of fluid right here. Um, as you can see, when I push on it, my fingerprint stays in there. And this is like not that bad for the swelling, honestly, even though it's really swollen compared to the other one and it's very painful. But it gets way worse than this, guys. It's like my shoes don't even fit anymore. But the discoloration bothers me and stuff. So, needless to say, I'm going to put my ugly feet out here to see if anybody has any answers, if anybody knows somebody. I am an RN of 21 years, and I've just never seen or dealt with this at all. My assumption is that it could possibly be some sort of circulation issue. I do wear Ted hose when I'm working, or compression stockings, because my legs swell during my work week. Um, as you can see, they're not really swollen that bad right now, but I have been off. Since I've acquired this foot thing, though, it like begins here in the leg. As you can see, I got some weird veins there, like purple spots and stuff with the veins. They're like varicose veins or something. Yeah, it's pretty bad, as you can see. And this foot is really bad. So I don't know what is going on, but both of my legs swell. Very first night I go back to work, my legs swell, and by the end of my work week, they're so big and swollen and heavy, it's hard to work. I've never had an issue working a day in my life until last year. And now, since June, which has been 7 months, I have this weird foot thing going on with my left foot. As you can see, it's way different color than the other foot, even though I do have medicine on them right now. Um, so yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you know of anybody that has this issue, what their diagnosis was. I know that I'm not gonna go run with the diagnoses in the comments and make it my life thing. I'm just curious if somebody knows somebody that's had a similar issue, what their diagnosis was, who they went to, how it was diagnosed, and what they did for it. I've exhausted all options at my end. I've been to several doctors. There's no cure. I ice it. I give it ibuprofen. I do wear my TED hose. It does feel a little better when I have shoes on than when I don't have shoes on. But honestly, it's so weird. The swelling doesn't go away. And like I said, these 3 toes are so huge compared to my other ones. And I'm sorry about the medicine. But this toe in particular is the worst. And you see how my right foot, it just bends freely. This one, this toe, doesn't hardly bend. It's like, it's not loose like this foot over here where it's really loose and jiggly. This one is really stiff and it's like not really bendy. I mean, I can bend it, but as you could see, it doesn't bend good like that one. That one bends way up. This one doesn't, as you could see. It stays pretty stiff. So, if anybody knows anything in the comments, I'd appreciate it. Sorry to share my really ugly feet, but at this point, I'm like searching for answers and I can't find them here at home. And being in the medical community, I find that very sad. But let me know if anybody else has had this before, what the diagnosis was. On my x-ray, they said there was no fracture of my foot. The NP said there was some shadowing, and he wasn't a radiologist, so he couldn't really explain that to me. He was going to wait for the official read. Well, the official read didn't talk about any shadowing. However, I think the shadowing might be this pocket of fluid. There is a huge pocket of fluid, and it stays right here. It's right here. It doesn't move. These 3 toes are so swollen now. They're numb. They're really numb, and they've been numb for 7 months. I'm scared of losing my foot or my toes. If anybody has anything that they could share with me, I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much, and you have a great day.